Hey internet, welcome back to my channel. It is officially, well, March is officially over, so that means it is time to walk through all the releases on Happy Clouding. If you guys don't know, Happy Clouding is my sticker shop that I run on Etsy, and these are all the releases that have happened across March, which means they are currently available if you are interested. So, in the first week, I released a new kit, and this kit is, I think I just call it Peony. It's a Peony kit, so there's the Hobonichi Weeks version here. It's a very spring-like kit, which is perfect for the Northern Hemisphere, not so much for the Southern Hemisphere because we've just entered autumn, but still good. I'd still use it anyways. So this is the Hobonichi Weeks version, and then this is the vertical kit version. So this I've been using in my print pressions planner, and it fits really well. I'm pretty sure it will fit in most other vertical planners. They're all very similar, just a couple slight tweaks here and there, but for the most part it should all work. So you've got your full boxes, choose happy. By the way, the art here is done by Violet LeBeau. I will have her, not store, just her website linked down below. She's now a game developer, but this is stuff that she designed for me ages ago when we used to collaborate a lot more. So I am really happy I finally get to use them. So you've got your check boxes, some clip art, icons, your labels, lots and lots of boxes. We've got 4 full check boxes and then glitter headers, and then you've got the bottom strips as well. So that was the release in the first week. Put that aside here. Then the week after that, I released these little script stickers. So these are actually just weeks of the year. In 2 sizes, I've got these smaller scripts here, so from week 1 to week 52, it fit perfectly. This is a very satisfying sheet. These sheets, less satisfying because it didn't fit all in one, and honestly, you've got like 2 extra week stickers here because it didn't nicely fit into 3, but that's fine. This is the bigger size. I actually preferred using this one, and I actually am using this one currently in my food diary. I have a food diary for my baby because he's on solids right now and I'm just tracking everything. So I've been using these a lot more in my bullet journal as a result. These ones I think I'd probably use more in like a Hobonichi Weeks or something like a smaller planner. But these are really good for big planners. So that was the main reason I introduced them, because I wanted a way to write the weeks down as I tracked all his food intake. Then the week after that, I released a bunch of new icon stickers. You can see this was actually a really big release. I keep telling myself every month, I'm like, when you do icons, any new icons, just keep it small. Don't have to like bring a whole bunch of new icons, because it is a lot of work to, you know, create the sticker sheets, print, cut, and list them, and just, it's a whole thing. But I just wanted to make sure that I covered as many scenarios as possible, because I really don't like, you know, going through the medical, these are medical icons. I should have started saying that. But I wouldn't want to like access medical icons and see, oh, why don't you have ultrasounds? That's a medical thing. So I've tried to cover as much as possible. I'm sure there's many more that I'm missing, and so I'll add to them over time depending on the requests that come through. Let me just zoom in so you can see a little bit better. But yeah, there's lots of sheets, so we can go through each of them. This is the mixed medical sheet. It doesn't have all the medical icons on it, just the ones that I felt I would use the most, and that's just because they all didn't fit on here. I think there's like 2 or 3 missing that I felt were not popular, like ultrasound isn't on here because I don't really know many people who would go for ultrasounds unless they have like muscle pains or they're pregnant. I'm sure there's other circumstances that I'm not aware of, but it doesn't seem like a very common thing, at least not as common as say going to the dentist or just going to your GP. So this is the mixed one for those who just don't use medical stuff very often but still want something. This is blood tests. This is for your optometrist, dentist, face mask, just general face mask. These are Band-Aids. And then first aid kit. This is the ultrasound set. This is also an optometrist, but this is like your eye test. And these are like injections, vaccines, anything like that. This is hospital, so hopefully nobody needs to go to the hospital, but in case you do, then you can mark that down. Fortunately, I haven't had to go, touch wood. I think the only time I've gone is actually to deliver my son. So, and when I was born as well, I guess. But other than that, I've been pretty lucky. Pill bottles, GP visits, a stethoscope. This I wasn't quite sure where to put because it is pretty specific, but these are sanitary pads, and then these are tampons. I never know if this is self-care or medical, but I figured this might be a good way to track my periods, so I would just put it here anyways. And when I do a self-care one, maybe I will add this in it too. If you look at all my listings, you may notice some of the icons are repeated, and that's just because some of these fall into multiple categories. And so if somebody's just found medical, you want them to be able to access all the things that they feel would be under medical, but at the same time, if they're just looking at self-care and they're not aware that the medical one exists, then at least they have the option to access this as well. So this is heart rate, and then this is the pharmacy. I couldn't think of one to mark like picking up medicine or going to the pharmacy, and these crosses, whilst they could be first aid as well, they could be just general crosses, but it did remind me of the pharmacies you'd see in Paris. I've only been to Paris once in my life, and a lot of the pharmacy that sell amazing skincare are kind of marked with this big green cross, so that's where that inspiration came from. So those are all the medical icons that came out at week 3. And then the next week I released these stickers. So I'm just going to zoom out a little bit. These are basically dates, I guess. I don't know how to describe them, but you can see from 1 to 30, 31, 1 to 31. So in a lot of my Midori or traveler notebook or like undated planners, they require you to write down the date. And I just wanted a way that I could actually stick down the numbers for the dates just to make it kind of look cuter. Sometimes what I'd used to do is just write them down, and then I would put a clear, like a transparent clear dot sticker on them. And I think a lot of people actually do that. So I do sell transparent dot stickers, and that's what I created that previous sticker for. But sometimes I'm lazy. Sometimes I don't want to have to do twice the work. So that's why I created these stickers. Come in pastel, rainbow form, and neutral. These were kind of a pain to make because there's no real consistency. I had to like individually put each of the numbers into each circle and position it properly. And that's just the nature of how these stickers were already formed. So if you are familiar with my shop, you know that the daily icons are in the same format. My dot stickers are in the same format. And I didn't really want to deviate away from the format I already use in my shop, but I still wanted to put like numbers in them. So this was the only way I could think to do it. If you guys have any other suggestions to make it easier, just because I didn't want to have like, the other thing I thought about is that if I had all 1s, 2s, 3s, and then had 2 sheets, then every time you pick like a 1 or a 2, it would always be the same color. Whereas in this scenario, sometimes the 1 is yellow, sometimes it's this periwinkle color. So there's a bit of variation. So I have no idea if people prefer this or not, but I felt like this worked for me and my setup best. And then the last release for March, it's 5 weeks of March, are more mood stickers. So I released a bunch of mood stickers at the start of the year, and I really love using them. I use them in one of my Hobonichi Weeks planners, my memory keep, where I kind of just do a mood check every day. But one thing I was missing from that set are sick stickers. So let me zoom right in so you can see a little bit clearer. But you can see in this set, there's a lot more sick, like sad, runny nose, headache, nauseous, and tired. That was the other thing I was missing, tired. I have a baby that doesn't sleep through the night, so I'm constantly tired. And there are some days where it's just a tired day. And so I didn't have any mood trackers or mood icons for that. So that's why I created this sheet. I've also been through 2 bouts of sickness so far. It's like, so far, touch wood, every month in 2023, me and Bubs have both been sick. Luckily for March, it seems to be not the case. But yeah, we were pretty sick, and I didn't have anything to kind of indicate that these are sick days. It was just like sad stickers, because in my first release, I think I've got the first one here. Okay, this is the first one. This isn't for sale because this is actually on a different type of paper I'm testing at the moment. That's why it kind of looks a bit weird. But this is like the first version. And yeah, every time I was sick or not feeling well, I would just use these 2, like sad. But you can be sad for so many reasons, not necessarily sick. So I just wanted something that was a little bit more prescriptive. So that's why I released this sticker sheet as well. And that is pretty much all the releases for March. I will have each of these linked down below in case you are interested. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed March, and I hope you enjoy the releases. If you have any ideas, suggestions, things that you think would go well in my shop, let me know down below. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. This is Selena reporting from my room. Back to you, internet.